All right, y'all. Let me double check my mic. Yeah, my mic's working. One of these days, I'm gonna knock that mic off in the water. I already knocked my phone off. I'm gonna drop that mic one of these days, I bet. All right, so now we're at another spot. We just kind of went. This spot here, there's an old road bed here. It goes across this bay. Up here on Lake Barkley in Kentucky, there's a lot of these bays that whenever people used to live here whenever they did this. So there's a lot of little roads and gravel roads and asphalt that's still down. And what this is here, this goes across this bay, and this road goes underneath this marina. Well, on this one end that we're at right now, there's some old stumps. Now these stumps, I mean, there's a possibility they could be gone by now, but 2 or 3 years ago when I was fishing right here, I caught a limit of red here in about 15 minutes. It was just unbelievable. And I couldn't believe how many I caught. I was catching them so fast, I was throwing them in the bottom of the boat. Didn't even have time to put them in a live well or put them in a live sack. So I would just catch them, throw them in the bottom of the boat. I looked down there and I seen all those fish. I'm like, man, I need to put them things in live sack. Got to counting, I had 36. Limit is 20. So I had to go through there and weed out the little ones and keep what I wanted. That's fun. I mean, without a doubt. So what I'm doing here is I'm watching the depth finder. Now, trying to find these stumps in this road is going to be a trick because the water is so deep that I really have no idea where that road and stump bed is going to be. I know right now the boat's sitting in 9 foot, and I'm going to guess that thing's right here in front of us. It drops off really fast, but it gets, during normal summer pool, where these stumps in that roadbed is in this area that we're at, it gets like 2 to 3 foot. I actually saw a houseboat coming here one day. He come in here flying, didn't pay no attention to what he was doing. Next thing you know, you just heard that thing whining, and he beached it right on that roadbed. They had to call a towboat wrecker to come and get him off of it. It's like he wasn't paying no attention, you know. They just think there's water there. They can just drive anywhere they want. We'll just cast out here and then we'll go up there in that pocket. That pocket, man, in the past, there's been times I've come to that pocket. I just sit there and I'd catch 100 fish. I mean, it was nothing to catch 100 fish in that pocket. This year, I haven't caught the first fish in it. I don't quite know what's happened. I mean, things change. Any hits at all. You know, we'll fish down here and then we'll try that pocket. We don't do nothing, we're out of here. I'm not gonna waste any time. Mm-hmm. When's that come in? August? Well, I mean, I've heard gator's good eating, or at least gator tail. I don't know. I don't hunt or fish for things that have more teeth than I do. You know, uh, I like hunting defenseless, tasty animals. You know, something that won't attack me if I try to shoot it. You know. And somebody asked me that one time. They said, "You mean you don't want to hunt dangerous game?" I'm like, "What for?" I said, "If it's got the potential to eat me, I don't want to shoot it. Because if I miss, it's going to just tick him off." You know. I'm like, I want something I know. the good Lord put prey animals on the planet for a reason. And it sure ain't to let them eat you, you know. Now, we're right at 5'7", so this should be right where the road is. So we might want to cast that way and bring it back and just see. Last year I was fishing here. I got over here and I can't remember what time of year it was. I started catching slab crappie like crazy right here. And I was catching them off these jigs, slab crappie. Oh, come on. I caught some over here the other day. When I got back over there, I caught 2 off this jig. And I just kind of worked it over there between those marinas, and I started catching a couple crappie. I'm going to have to get those cedar trees cut, and we're going to have to get them up here and drop them in. And I'd really like to drop a few right down this bank here, and maybe some at that point, and the other point over there. I'd just like to drop it. I'd like to fill this bay full of them. I mean, I don't see any reason why we couldn't do it. I got those other things, but man, used to PVC, you could buy a 10-foot piece of PVC for what, $5? Stuff's high now. And I got those porcupine balls at Bill Dance. Oh, I've got a crap load of those things. And they make great brush piles. Algae sticks to them really fast. And the best part is the way they're designed. You drop a jig in there, you'll hit that thing, but you won't get hung up. You know, not like a cedar tree. That's the problem with cedar trees. You know, even though you may have the needles off, all them little limbs, boy, they'll grab that hook. You know. That poor old boy out there fishing. All he's doing is this right here. Casting. That's how he's fishing. He's doing this. Watching that computer screen. He's not doing what we're doing here. I just see him. That's all he's doing is watching that computer screen. Yeah, watching that screen. I'm like, that ain't fishing. You know, that is not fishing to me. And if that's what you want to do, hey, that's your choice. But it just seems like a $2,000, $3,000, even $4,000 investment I don't want to make. But some of that live scope cost about $4,000. That's what I gave for this boat. I mean, I bet you $5 if we pulled over there and put his live well next to ours, we've got fish in ours and he don't. Oh, that's a good little hit. See, now that tree right there is hanging over. That tree hasn't done that before. So it won't be long. That tree's going to be in the water. But that one's going to be perfect when the willow flies start. That tree is going to be a willow fly magnet. When that happens, them bluegill and them red ear are going to be all over this spot. All right, let's see what this old spot's got in it here. Generally, this spot here usually has anywhere from 2 to 3 foot of water. We're in 5 foot now. So that's how much difference there is. There's almost a 3 foot difference in what it normally should be. I brought this older gentleman and his wife with us fishing one day. And they were in their boat. So this spot here is big enough you can get 2 boats in there. And I was telling him, I said, hey, I said, what pound line are you using? He said, I'm using 8-pound line. That's all I ever use. I said, well, I said, I tell you what, I said, I've got these ultra lights here. And I said, I got these jigs. I said, I got enough for everybody. I said, why don't y'all use these? I said, you'll catch fish on these. Hey, you got one. And he just looked at me. He says, I ain't going to do it. I only want to use what I have. I don't want to use what you've got. I said, okay. We're sitting here, and I mean, it was every cast. We were catching fish, just every cast. His wife is saying, why don't you go ahead and try one of his poles? And I told him, I said, that 8-pound line's too heavy. And I said, your lures are too big. I said, I'm going to give you some of these. I said, you're welcome to use them. I said, that's why I bring extra. Wouldn't do it. So finally, I pulled the boat around there and I handed his wife one of my rods and reels. She started casting them, catch them every cast. Every cast. He got so mad that there he is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, buddy. It's a little one. Dadgummit. Yeah. It's a fish. And Danny just caught a halfway decent bluegill. So yeah. So maybe this spot might produce. I hope so. It's been a while since I've caught fish out of here. I mean, he got mad, told his wife, said, give him back his pole. He cranked up and took off. Went home. I'm like, well, it's kind of silly. I'm sitting there trying to show you, he asked me to take him out and show him how to catch fish. I was trying to give him all the pointers I could, even give him the right equipment. He had his mind made up. He never caught one fish here. And his wife had that pole in her hand for about 10 minutes, probably caught 30. Wouldn't even dare attempt to try anything different. Well, I mean, I look at it this way. I'm like, I'm giving you an opportunity to try something different. Yeah, if you're not catching fish, try something different, I mean, I wouldn't hand somebody a fishing pole if I didn't feel confident enough in it, or these jigs or anything like that. It's like, look, I brought you out here to show you how to catch fish. There's fish up there, but they feel like they're little ones. There he is. And I think that's a little one too. Yep. And I'm afraid we might have to back out a little bit. There's a possibility we might be on top of them. But if there's little ones up there, and I mean, every cast I've made up there, I've had a hit. We may be sitting right on top of the bigger fish. We can try it. If it don't work, then we'll just go on to another spot. I mean, I don't like this, one or two fish and move, one or two fish and move, but sometimes you don't have much of a choice. I mean, it's kind of like deer hunting. I mean, you could have a spot that has deer on it every day. I mean, go up there and see deer on it every day, and all of a sudden you have one day, there'd be nothing. I mean, that's all you can do. Okay. Kind of moved out just a little bit. Let's see if we can try this little deeper water and see what's going on here. Pardon me. Still got that stinking cough. Not quite as bad, but it's enough that it's aggravating. Last night I got to lay down to go to sleep, got into a coughing spell and couldn't sleep. All right. Well, we gave it a shot. Didn't do much good. I think this one's a bust. What do you think? Yeah, I think we need to go on someplace else. I'm not. I'm not going to play around here. We tried. And we're using two different colors in there. So I've got that watermelon seed on there, and I think you've got a black on. So we gave them a variety. Tried it. They didn't like it. all that time, I thought that poor boy had some cervical neck issues, and all he's doing is watching that computer. All right, folks, we're going to move someplace else.